For those of you who are unaware, I am from the glorious state of Iowa, the one that's full of corn and looks like a nose. However, one thing you may not know about Iowa is that it's full of numerous natural hazards, like it makes Australia look pathetic. Yeah, take that, bullets. You can't stand against the mighty natural dangers that I go through on a daily basis here in the land of corn. Yeah, so anyway, I basically decided that the best solution to showing you all of these hazards that trump bullets and are stupid spiders and snakes and venomous jellyfish is to make a tier list. S tier being the most dangerous of all Iowan wildlife, and F tier being just weak trash, pretty much. So yeah, I guess we should probably get in, starting in the most boring, F tier. So here in F tier, we're starting off with something that may appear menacing, but it's actually pretty much harmless. Tornadoes. Here in my area, we have 2 levels of alert for tornadoes. Level 1 alert, or tornado watch. This tells you you should watch out for a tornado. And then we have a tornado warning, which is a warning to get your ass on the porch, grab some beverages, and watch for the tornado. So moving up to E tier now, we have Amish buggies out there, fairly common throughout the state, and while they may appear to be just a little bit slow, being behind one is incredibly dangerous due to the high chance of them dropping landmines at any time. In addition, there's a good chance that they may be texting while driving. Now we're going to move up a bit, with our first addition to D tier being wind turbines. 57% of Iowa's energy comes from wind turbines, which means they are quite common. However, they are generally docile. The issue with wind turbines is that they have the unique ability to anchor any boomers within a 10-mile radius, due to mild view obstructions. This range is increased to 20 miles if said individual is wearing a MAGA hat. Our next addition to D tier is deer. Totally not because they start with a D. Deer are sinister creatures that lurk in the dark on the side of the road until a car passes by. When they see a car, they instinctively leap out and attempt to kamikaze on the car. While this is often fatal to the deer, so it causes a lot of damage. However, the silver lining of this is that your dinner is already tenderized. In a similar venison, we make our first addition to C tier. So for this one, I have to put a bit of a picture in your mind. Let's say you're at a party and find a nice side of some sort, maybe pheasant, deer, who knows. Anyway, the host comes over and goes, "Op, ya enjoying some venison there?" "Oh yeah, it's pretty nice." "Yeah, I shot it myself. It's a horse apiece for the best cuts. Watch out for buckshot, though." Now, for those of you unaware, buckshot is basically small remnants of a shotgun shell, or in some cases, fragments of your neighbor's bumper. Next in C tier, we have the entire month of March. March is a hazardous month due to its very unpredictable and chaotic weather. During this month, we see a brief rise of spring before it succumbs to second winter, and then becomes spring again in April. In a nutshell, March in Iowa is basically what would happen if Zeus flew to Vegas, gambled too much, got wasted, and had a drunken one-night stand with the physical embodiment of chaos. While this creature is incredibly dangerous, it is knocked down to C tier due to the fact that it only spends about half the year in Iowa. This creature being snowbirds. Snowbirds are senior citizens who require warm weather in order to regulate their body temperature, and periodically invade other states, primarily Florida and Arizona. Their preferred method of transport is a Chrysler Pacifica or a golf cart, but sometimes they will be seen in Cadillacs. Next up, breaking into B tier, we have tall corn. During mid to late summer, corn can reach such a height that it results in not being able to see at intersections in the country. This is kind of hazardous. In addition, corn is known to be an all-powerful deity, worshipped by many, and nobody knows exactly what happens when you anger such a glorious being. Here in Iowa, and just the Midwest in general, it is a frequent custom during goodbyes to request that the person you're talking to, "Oh, tell your folks I says hi." However, some terrifying individuals do not actually tell their folks that you says hi. This is a sign that you are in imminent danger of being murdered with a corn rake. Remember, kids, always tell your folks that so-and-so says hi. So, with that in mind, all of you watching, tell your folks I says hi. Alright, now we're really getting into dangerous territory. Here is our first A tier. Any leftovers not in an empty Cool Whip container. This is a likely sign that you're being poisoned and are in imminent danger of death. However, there are a few acceptable alternative containers for leftovers, which are on screen right now. Another sign you're being poisoned is if the person who gave you the leftovers requests a container back. If they do not argue to near violence for you to keep that Tupperware, you're being poisoned. However, keep in mind that you always give it back anyway, whether they like it or not. This is another incredibly dangerous creature, the shitty trampoline, which is a round trampoline with no side net and all the protective foam stripped off. This creature is known for inhaling children due to gaps in the springs and the numerous injuries that occur when it successfully throws you off. This species is known to have an Australian cousin. However, the best way to tell them apart is the fact that the Australian trampoline is rectangular, while the Iowan one is round. The circular shape makes the Iowan trampoline much more dangerous than the Australian counterpart, due to the fact that during storms, it's able to gain the ability of flight, and can now pull off a spin move to do extra damage. Next up, we have one of the Titans, our first S tier. That being, people who don't properly say goodbye. Here in Iowa, there is only one correct way to say goodbye at a gathering, that being this. "Oh, look at the time, I should probably head out." "Okay, let me just offer you some more casserole first," followed by 1 hour of casserole eating and football watching. "Well, now I should probably leave." Lights go out. "Ah, sorry, must be the damn circuit breaker. For cripe's sake, you want to help me fix it?" And then you go downstairs and frick around with the circuit breaker for 2 hours. Finally, after another hour of casserole eating, you will slap your knees, stand up slowly, and say, "Well, I best be heading out," followed by actually leaving, with a shit ton of leftovers. Another addition to S tier is dads during tornadoes. The average Midwestern dad gains immense power during a tornado. First, he will quickly force everyone and everything valuable inside, with the first being his John Deere lawn tractor, and the second being his family. After rallying them all safely into the basement, he will request a beer and go sit on the porch. Here he will assemble with the other dads, where the mere presence of them sitting with a beer can ward off storms. And he would likely continue mowing the lawn too, if not for the fact that nothing flies like a deer. Finally, taking our last spot on S tier, we have drivers in Chicago, immensely dangerous beings who do not understand simple concepts about driving, such as the fact that you must wave at every car that passes, and at four-way stops, you must wave all cars through before going. If the other cars wave to you, you wave harder until they go. However, people from Chicago skip this and just blow through the intersection doing 80 in their Prius.
Oh hey there guy, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, remember to put the batteries in the clicker so you can like and subscribe. It really helps with the walleye bites this time of year. Well, anyway, I best be heading out. Jeepers cripes, all Friday I walked away with my headphone cord plugged in. Oh well, anyway guys, tell your folks I says hi.